this is like a criminal. Everybody know me, they say that she go. Lipstick, liner, lashes for celebrities. And if she looking good, then you say she be. Oh, you think you know me? Probably Instagram. Reposting my picture saying you're a fan. No need for a filter, cause my beat is ill. Have you looking good? Man, if looks could kill.
Hey guys, Tatiana Ward here. So you guys, since the very announcement of Fenty Beauty, have been asking me to review the product. If you really think about it, you don't see me do very many reviews. The reason for that is I'm a makeup artist, not a critic. And oftentimes when people are reviewing things, I think that they, number one, don't know how to use it and aren't using it properly if they're giving it a bad review, because I realize that I can really just use just about anything and get the work done. It's got so much more to do with technique than product. However, I did want to support Rihanna. Number one, because she's a really friggin' nice girl. And every time I see her, she is so pleasant and so sweet, gives me a hug. Like, and I don't even know her. Like, the first time I ever encountered her, she walked up to me and was like, "Hey, I'm Rihanna. I know you, right?" And I'll never forget that. It's like I'm sitting down and she's standing over me and I'm like, what? So this is what I ended up with. And it was the closest thing that I could find to something in my shade. These are concealers. And what this is the Match Stick Trio. You'll learn more about the product when you watch the tutorial. But before we get into it, I just wanted to say that for those of you who are unaware, I am doing a class in Delaware. The tickets are only $75. Now, typically my tickets are $150 to $300, depending upon the severity of the class, if it's a hands-on or whatever. So that's a super discounted price. I just caught a really good deal at a hotel in Delaware, and I want to get my feet wet again. I toured for 3 years, took off nearly a year, and I just want to get my feet wet. And also, I just figured it would be a nice introduction back into it. Tri-state, I am not coming anywhere. So that means Philly, New York, Maryland, all of the surrounding areas. If you can make it, 75 bucks, come. There's a link down below. It is a look and learn, meaning you'll spend a few hours with me just watching me do my technique, talking to me, asking me questions. I'll answer whatever. It is open to any and everybody, from beginners to girls who just want to learn makeup on their face, their own face, to seasoned makeup artists. It is open to any and everybody. So that being said, let's get into your Fenty Beauty tutorial. I'm taking this paint pot from MAC called, I think it's called Blackground. Yeah, Blackground. But the thing about it is you have to act very quickly with it, because once it dries, it just kind of like settles. I'm gonna go into my Sephora Pro palette, and I'm gonna take this color right here, perfect for fall, using a fluffy brush. I'm using that as my transition color. So pigmented, right? And now I'm gonna take my Tartesan Pro palette from Tarte. I wanna go into this color right here. It's a very dark brown, and I'm blending that into the crease. Way simple, right? I'm gonna go into my black right here in the Sephora Pro palette. Put that all over the lid. Again, picking up my brush with the dark brown on it, merging that black in, not adding anything to it unless I need to. Taking this gold here. These colors in this palette are so pigmented. Look at that, just one dab and it's like, oh, kind of fading it very slightly into that tear duct area of my lid and then fading it upwards. I'm gonna use this Precisely My brow pencil. This is from Benefit. And I'm just cleaning my brow using a little Studio Finish MAC concealer. This is also acting as my highlight. Okay, and I can take this highlight palette from Sephora. It's called the Luminizing Palette. And I'm gonna use this color right here as the highlight for under my brow. So I am just placing that right in the arch of the brow, fanning it outwards. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit with my finger. I do want to go back into my Painterly paint pot, and I want to put that under my eye. I actually normally don't do this, so I'm curious just about my result. And going back into our very first color, I'm gonna put that on, not carrying it all the way into my inner eye because that's where our gold is gonna go. Okay, and I wanna take our black and begin to merge it. I'm gonna pick up my other brush with the red on it and just make sure that the two are merged. And now I can bring my gold out. Same gold. Okay, and taking a black liner from Pulse Cosmetics, I'm just getting up against my lash line so I don't have to be super anal about this line, and there's really no point also in putting a wing on it because the black eyeshadow is so black that it's not even really going to be detectable. But I do want that black on there because when you put that lash on, I just need something for it to fade into because you can still see a little bit of my skin there. Okay, and I could take a wet wipe and just kind of clean an edge for myself there. Also want to clean any debris. Yes, I had a little concealer on because I am looking pretty rough under here. Okay, so getting to our Fenty. The only colors that I could find were deep. I guess it says curated for your skin tone, magnetized for light as air, layering on the go. The description is conceal contour, but because this was the only color that I could find, literally like sold out, everything sold out, I'm gonna use it as foundation. It's super awesome that they're magnetic. I love that. And this is what you get. And I'm a firm believer that you could use concealers as foundations and foundations if they're thick enough as concealers. But this cannot be used as a concealer on me because it's just too dark. I mean, that's not highlighting anything, you know? And quite frankly, it's probably too dark, but I'm doing it anyway. Let's see about this. I already knew that I liked the texture of it because I put it on the back of my hand and really liked the texture. If I had more options and if I had more colors from her, I would mix something a little bit lighter in. But I tend to make myself a smidge too dark anyway. That's how I counteract a flash. So I like that it's a little too dark for me. One of those is like a bronzer, but I think it's super dope to have multiple colors in one pack. Those three colors together were $54. I think at this point you guys know that you can only get them at Sephora. It spreads out easily. I mean, it spreads out like a cream. I'd say that it's blending in super nice. Yeah, but 54 bucks for 3 different products, that's a steal. And, you know, kudos to Rihanna for making it affordable. You see that it's definitely a little too dark, but watch what happens once I begin to highlight. It begins to balance out. To be totally honest with you, I left my personal stash of makeup back at the house. I'm in my office right now, so I don't have my normal NW30, which is what I normally use for my concealer. I like for you guys to see this process. I like for you to see how you can mix and match things and correct your color. I encourage you all to go look back and see my last video because I really did, like, my foundation was super yellow and I had to balance it out. Everything is a balancing act. I can start to blend out my concealer, getting right up against the edge of my eyeshadow, softening that edge. Okay, and now I can take this contour stick, which I also think is probably a little too dark for me, but we'll see. I don't need no whole lot, that's for sure. That takes a little bit of effort to blend out. More effort than I was thinking, but it also could be the lines that I put down. My shape could have been a little bit better. I could have made it easier for myself. That color is actually working out though. There's always a spot where I have product in my hair that doesn't want to pick up the freaking makeup. So annoying. Looks good, right? Look, I'm trying to just use a tiny bit because, like I said, I feel like this color may be a little too dark for me. Oftentimes, when somebody is trying to explain something or explain why they like a product or don't like a product, oftentimes I just think to myself, you just don't know what you're doing. I just got ready to fix my mouth and say that I feel like the stick is hard to spread in the contour, but then I thought to myself, well, it's my first time using it. and I'm not used to holding a stick like this. Like, I like cream foundations, but I depot them and I put them in, you know, my own container. So putting a stick to my face is a new sensation to me. And then drawing lines instead of like brush strokes is a new sensation to me. So I don't think that it's hard to spread. I think that I just am getting used to it. And I wish people would say that more often in their reviews instead of just, you know, counting something out. Consider the fact that you don't really know how to use it. Now I'm setting the face. Like I said, I really hope that you guys are following me on Snapchat, because I'll know in a few hours how I really feel about this. I'm setting with Laura Mercier translucent powder. Do I like it? Yeah, I like the texture of it a lot. I'd like to use it as a concealer, but I wasn't able to get my color. I can contour with a little powder. I could take a little Sacha Buttercup and put it right under that eye just to lift me a little bit more. Buttercup is probably a little too dark for me. I find that yellow powders look best on brown skin girls, but I'm just actually using what I have laying around. I don't even have my entire kit, so I'm making this work. I'm gonna pop on a lash. That's what they look like. Love lashes and Layla. Aren't they friggin' amazing? Putting on mascara on the bottom here. I contoured with this Fashion Fair powder. The color is Walnut. And when I say contoured, I mean I reinforced color. We cream contoured with the Fenty, and then after I set the face, I had to reinforce the color. So I used this powder, and I'm just going to take it right in this little area, kind of contour my nose and intensify the look, bringing that contour into my brow. The drama. So for our Fenty highlight, it is called Cinnamon. There's really not a whole lot of product in there, but that, I mean, $54 for 3 things, I kind of feel like, what the hell? So the reason that I don't particularly like cream highlights is because, honestly, because I haven't mastered them. Like, putting a cream over something that has already been set, I feel like cream highlights work best when we are not wearing any makeup and we just want a little shine to the cheek. Now you see that I'm using it, and it is beautiful, but I'm patting it. So I'm rubbing my finger onto it and I'm just patting it right where I would put my bronzer normally. So OPV Beauty sent me all of these lipsticks, and I don't know what they are. It says liquid lipstick cream. Trying to figure out which one I want to put on. Decisions, I tell you. I don't know how they're gonna end up either. What do you think of this one? That color was Cocky. I feel like it is gonna dry matte. I mean, that's why it's called liquid lipstick, I guess. I also feel like I want something a little bit darker. And look at that. That's dope. They're matte, but they look shiny. This one is Savage. How fitting. Oh, didn't they tell you? Didn't they tell you? Putting a little liner on. This is MAC Hover. All done. I really can't believe that this lip looks shiny and it's matte. That's so crazy to me. I also like that because the highlight is a little dark for me, it almost acts as a blush, which that's super pretty. I can't wait to try that out when I'm not wearing any makeup and just wear it like as a blush. Just a little faint pop of slight color and slight fabulousness. I am supposed to be getting more Fenty in the mail, and when I do, I will share it with you guys. Of course, there is a list down below of all of the products that I used. Don't forget to follow my backup page on Instagram. Both follow BeatFaceHoney and BeatFace Brigade. And lastly, if you're in Delaware, don't forget to check out the website where I'm selling tickets for my class that's going to be on October 8th. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you right back here really soon. Bye.